2015, and a special joint board meeting at the Charter School of Morgan Hill on February 24th. Do we have a motion to approve? Trustee English, I have a second. Second. Trustee Wolf, all in favor, please.
Before we make the motion to the vote, I'd like to make a discussion.
Okay.
With regards, yeah, this is
Is there an amendment to this?
I didn't see in the minutes the recommendation from staff regarding the meeting and the joint charter committee. That's what we're talking about, right?
We had both meetings together. Both meetings are recorded in the minutes together.
Okay.
You want to separate them? Is that your estimate?
No, I wanted to make a comment regarding that. The term that the racially segregated school, I thought that was, I wanted to talk about it again, that it was offensive in the report. It wasn't necessary. And I want to make that clear that those kind of terms are offensive.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much for your comment. At that point in time, at this point in time, we have a motion and a second. We call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. 6-0. Miguel, I would like to vote yes. You have a chance to vote.
I would like to say aye.
Thank you. Good job. I apologize for reading you last time. Okay, get the 6-0 and get aye. Okay. Next on the agenda, public comment and communications. This is an opportunity for communication regarding items not on the agenda. Members of the public may address the board regarding items on the agenda immediately prior to being discussed by the board. We do have a couple of speakers this evening in no particular order. I'll call up Ann Horner, please.
Thank you. I'm Ann Horner, as most of you know. Welcome, Miguel. I just wanted to talk about the possibilities that are happening in our school district right now, and I've been participating in a lot of different things. And we have some new principals, some new teachers, new school board members, and lots of activities and events going on. I've had an opportunity to participate with Murphy's Career Day, with Rock the Mock that we had at the high schools. I was able to attend the joint meeting of this board and the charter school board. It was the first time that was done in 11 years, and I think that was a very good start for us to do. We had for the first time, well, I won't talk on the school, I don't have other cards for the Altura thing. The Read Across America has been a success as always. I'm one of the ABC readers. And I just want to say that I'm really happy to be, I know there's no time like now, so now is the time for possibility for us to work together to expand and do everything for the future of our students. So I just want to say I'm on board with that. I appreciate all the people and partners that we have in this, and I'm looking forward to, being a player in this as I always have. And would invite as many, I love seeing community members around, and I would like people to participate more, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
Next we have Karen Swank-Fitch, please. Karen?
I'm tall, sorry. My name is Karen Swank-Fitch, and I'm a parent of a child in the school district. I volunteer over 1,200 hours at my son's school and sit on numerous committees. I'm a Project Cornerstone lead at Paradise Valley. I'd like to commend Morgan County High Schools for having 100% of our elementary schools involved in Project Cornerstone on some level. It's very impressive. I was able to see a memorandum of understanding, and we are one of the few districts in the entire area that Project Cornerstone is involved with that has 100% of our schools. So congratulations to us. Project Cornerstone provides children with many benefits. It helps to develop the 41 developmental assets, as well as creating safe and caring school climates for our children. Project Cornerstone helps our students to fine-tune their social, emotional skills and protect themselves and others from bully behavior. One of the key ideas in Project Cornerstone is that it only takes one. It's true. It only takes one person to do the right thing. I'm here tonight to address the particular area and form of relational bullying. It's very easy to identify verbal bullying and physical bullying behavior, but relational bullying can be very subtle, and frequently it's under the radar, and it's brushed off as kids being kids, or even ignored when it happens amongst adults. I'd like you to understand that there are four main aspects of relational bullying. The first one is to exclude someone. The second is to withdraw your attention or your friendship from someone. The third one is to humiliate someone in front of others. And the fourth one is to damage someone's reputation by spreading rumors or gossiping about it. I'm here to challenge the members of our school board to identify any relational bullying that occurs on our campuses, our school facilities, and even in our district office. I challenge you to lead the way in making relational bullying wholly unacceptable in Morgan Hill Unified School Districts. I'm challenging all of you to learn what a 10-second intervention is. When you see relational bullying, all you have to say is, that's relational bullying and it cannot happen here. Now that you all know the specifics of relational bullying, you can endeavor to lead the way amongst yourselves, all the faculty and the students, to model appropriate behavior. It's really time for Morgan Hill to stand up and address relational bullying, not just other aspects of bullying behavior. So let's make a united front against relational bullying in our school districts and our county.
Board member reports. Since we haven't met for a month, there must be something you guys have. Anybody want to step up? Thank you, Gerard.
Thank you, Bob. I just want to say I'm now at the 3-month point as a trustee, and I had a discussion. I'm an organizational psychologist, and I talk to leaders every day. And today, one of my clients said to me, what he tries to do is he tries to create partnership instead of a battleship. And I think that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. It's not easy sometimes to do that because we have a very, very diverse community. We have a very, very diverse board. 3 of us are new in our roles. What I have been doing is trying to do a lot of research. I'm actually going to be attending the Masters in Governance, which is a training program for board members. It's a 5-course program. I'll be going there to San Diego this weekend to take 2 classes. I hope to complete the other 3 as soon as I can because there's a lot to learn. It's a very, very complicated role. It's probably the hardest job I've had in my life. And I really need to study. I need to really do a lot of work to perform this very, very difficult job. And so what I've been doing in the last month since our last board meeting has been really going out to as many meetings as I possibly can. I know that a few of you saw Frank Orlando a few weeks ago talk about the robotics program. I think Frank is here. Hi, Frank. And I actually went out yesterday, and actually Principal Glenn Webb was there as well. And I was delighted to see the involvement, the passion that the students in the program had. It's really emblematic of the kinds of things that we do every day in all of our schools. But to see it, kids staying until 5 o'clock on a Monday night was a delight to me. I also had a chance to go to the legislative brunch sponsored by our County School Board Association on Saturday, and I got a chance to meet and talk to for about 5 or 6 minutes with U.S. Congressman Mike Honda, and I talked about how I had known him about 20 years ago when he was our assemblyman in Morgan Hill, and I talked about the great things we're doing here in Morgan Hill and how we really need to get more support from all of our government officials to carry out the mission that we have, which is not an easy one. And he was very appreciative and very supportive. I've continued to go, and I think I'll probably let Gino talk about this, but I've continued to go to the Chamber of Commerce Education Committee meetings where there's just some fascinating things that are happening. Maybe Gino will talk about that soon. I went, of course, to a wonderful meeting at the El Toro School, I think last week, where about probably upwards of 50 or more parents and community members were there to talk with each other and talk to the principal about a lot of things that are going on. I thought it was a very wonderful opportunity for us to observe the community and hear what community members and parents have to say. I think we'll be talking about that a little bit later tonight. Hopefully you'll stay and listen to that. Let's see. Well, lastly, I guess I'll mention the Celebrate Morgan Hill, and I think George Flores is maybe here now. He was named Educator of the Year. They're very busy, George Flores. Probably talking to the students. I had a chance to have a wonderful conversation with him for about 10 minutes or so to find out about how he got involved in teaching. A very, very inspiring story. I hope you ask him about it sometime. And he's an example of the kind of teacher that we have here in the school district. So for me, it continues to be a learning experience. It's one that requires a lot of courage and hard work. And I want to thank you for your support.
I have to stretch here. It has been a busy month since the last board meeting, and we're bumping into each other all over town with so many exciting things happening in our schools. One of the things that I got to participate in this last month was spending a great Friday night at PA Walsh. They had their movie premiere of all their digital shorts, and so from kinders on up, each classroom was filled with parents and students watching their final product. And this partnership with Disney and moving forward with the STEAM Academy is showing great engagement, and I think it is definitely got a lot of buy-in from that particular neighborhood community, and it was very exciting. And the children's work was incredible and so imaginative. So if you, I don't know how or where you might see them, perhaps they're on YouTube, but really incredible little short 30-second, 1-minute videos. I got to participate in Rock the Mock. Again, the Chamber did a wonderful job of organizing that event, and really terrific to interact with students at Live Oak. The bleachers were filled completely at the awards assemblies at both Vibrato and at Live Oak. Incredible numbers of students achieving their academic success, and the support of the community is to be applauded. Their parents and the students are doing amazing things. The talent show at Murphy was incredible. There were flautists, singers, taekwondo experts. There were comedians, singers, ukulele players, singers, guitar players. They were incredible, and these are 7th and 8th graders. You know, you can hardly wait to see what happens, next. Read Across America was fun. I was at Paradise Valley, and the principal read to the students the book Green Eggs and Ham, and then actually partook of Green Eggs and Ham and lived to tell the tale. The kindergartners, 1st graders were thrilled with that particular experience. I too attended the legislative branch that the California School Board Association offered for us to participate in. It was a panel discussion of many of our legislators in the state, and they talked about the new assessments. They talked about the conversation around budget and how to support schools, and the third rail has been mentioned and mentioned frequently, that they're even willing to begin some discussion about Prop 13 and maybe looking at, how that could be structured to help support schools and not harm property owners. The school city liaison meeting was had great momentum. Mr. Batondo had, summarized it very briefly, but he brought out that there are many ways that we're working to create an atmosphere of learning and progress within the district. The city was really looking to work with us and partner with us, and they were very interested in the rollout of technology. They also are looking for ways that they can partner and help provide their computers as they don't need them anymore, get those into students' homes that might not have a computer at home. The proposed agenda for the next meeting is going to try to look at ways to keep information in front of the public on joint efforts between the schools and city. They discussed, both sides discussed Wi-Fi and connectivity and free Wi-Fi and ways to fund that and where hotspots will be so students have access to internet away from school. Discussion about a demographic study to be shared between the city and the schools and where to place new schools was discussed. And again, just a lot of enthusiasm in the room, and it was wonderful to see that there's cooperation. Thank you.
Yes, I have quite a bit, but I'm going to try and be as brief as I possibly can. I was fortunate enough to be invited to a STEM science fair in San Jose from a superintendent, and I was very taken back by this middle school where they incorporated something called Project Lead the Way. I also spoke to the Chief Technology Officer of the school. They also incorporate Z-Space technology, 3D imaging, and a lot of other engineering models that actually were displayed that evening in each of the classes. And I asked them, how did you do all this? And they passed the bond last year, and they partnered with Project Lead the Way, which is the nation's leading provider of STEM programs. And I'm going to have another meeting with the principal and the CTO to see how he ramped up so quickly with the program that was just phenomenal. I actually saw students with 3D glasses and a laser simulating brain surgery and everything. It was just a phenomenal experience. I also went to the Chamber Education Committee. Ironically, the presentation was on Project Lead the Way, on how we could possibly get that into our district here. And so I'm going to follow up on that. I received a lot of information from Mr. Horner so far, and I will work on that. I was fortunate enough to go to the district tech meeting. Found out also that the rollout for the high schools is happening very soon. There was talk about getting neoprene protection for these one-to-one units, and I made the suggestion that maybe if we can come up with a sponsor, we can save the district somewhere between $13,000 and $15,000. So I engaged John Horner and a couple of other people in the community, and we're working on trying to get a sponsor, and we can use those funds to bring technology directly into the classroom, and I think that will be a win-win. So now, also just a little statement, ladies and gentlemen. Last November, I was elected by my community to be their voice on this board, and I represent their voice. The community asked me for transparency, honesty, to be ethical and strive in all circumstances to improve and enhance student achievement. They voted for me because I believe that we must put students first. There are 5 responsibilities trustees are elected to perform, one of which is community outreach. This is near and dear to my heart because I believe it is the key to building relationships between parents, the district, and will ultimately lead to higher student achievement. I am also tasked with a major role to monitor and understand district programs. Unfortunately, our superintendent has suggested that I must not pose any questions when I attend meetings where people gather to discuss our program. Between the board members and the district staff. In essence, it hampers the efforts of the board members in performing their duties to monitor and verify performance, policies, goals of the district. This, in my opinion, a violation of ethics and trust. These activities, which are authorized and encouraged by the superintendent, are clear violations of his contract in addition to ed code violations. I want to remind the superintendent that he is not my manager. Factually, the law provides that the board is in fact his manager. The superintendent reports to the board, and we direct the superintendent in his activities, not the other way around. As I said earlier, I was elected on behalf and in trust of the citizens of the district, by the parents of our students, and I ultimately report to the parents and the voters, and not you, Mr. Superintendent. I would like to remind the superintendent that he must not direct or manage a board trustee and their activities, which the superintendent did in directing another board trustee not to attend a meeting that I personally set up in the superintendent's office on February 19th. I consider this to be a direct violation of his contract and an egregious overstepping of his authority as a superintendent. In the same meeting on February 19th, the board president also directed that same board trustee via text message not to attend the meeting that I invited the said trustee to. This is a direct overstepping of the board president's authority. The board president cannot direct or instruct a board member in any way, shape, or form, and the board president has the same authority, equal authority, as any other board member, no more, no less. This is a clear violation of authority by an elected official, Board Policy 9200. I would like to remind both the board president and the superintendent that our bosses are the public, the citizens who entrusted us to perform our duties in a transparent, open, honest, and ethical manner. This type of relationship bullying will not be allowed nor accepted in our district on any level, just as it's not allowed or accepted at our schools. It is with a heavy heart that I bring this to the public, especially considering the important items before the board. But in order for me to be transparent and truthful to my constituents, I cannot ignore this behavior. Morgan Hill students and their parents deserve better. I'd like this to go on record this day of March 10th. Thank you very much for your time and listening to me.
Thank you for your opinion, Mr. Borgioli. Mr. Dia, do you have a comment?
I can't follow that.
Okay.
I think I would like to have a definition in the future of what board member reports are. In my 40 years, I have never, ever seen a situation like that where you have discussed with none of the, and I hope it would be in a closed session where we would have a discussion like that. I hope we would. I have so much respect for the trustees of this district and everything they have done for this district. I have lost some of that respect. First of all, I'd like to thank especially thank all of the primary teachers. You've got a special place in my heart. Because when I did Read Across America to the first graders at Los Paseos School, and the principal came up to me and presented to me with a book that was entitled Wolf, I said, what in the world? And it was a good thing because Wolf was the animal that went out and did all the reading and became very intelligent and read to all the other animals and became the hero. But looking at those 24 first graders, it's just amazing. I mean, every minute there was a question. Every 30 seconds there was a question. But the one good thing I noticed from when I read to first graders last year, the size of the class went down from 32 to 24 this year. And I just, Ms. Mason did a great job, and I respect all of the teachers. I want to thank you for all the work that you do. I had the privilege also of attending the Honorable Assemblies at Sobrado High School, and what I found even more amazing was talking to the students afterwards and finding out the colleges that they have applied to and where they plan on attending, and wow, I mean, it's just amazing. Knocks your socks off. I mean, we're doing a super job. The legislative branch was great, and also I want to thank my other fellow board members who attended that, Trustee Gerard and Trustee Benevento and Trustee Rubich. I think we're able to get some good ideas on what the legislature is planning for this year and follow up, and hopefully some funding for our schools in California so that we're not in the bottom 5 states for pupil expenditure. We've got to get out of that mode. I also would like to congratulate George Forrest and also Jordan Atkins, who was a student of the year, and she's a sophomore at Sobrato High School. Is Jordan here tonight? Okay, but she did a super job. And I also would like to congratulate, having been a math counts coach for about 4 or 5 years when I was at Britain, I was so pleased to see that we had 2 of our students, Brian Ho and Michael Pham, who are from Britain, and Martin Murphy, and I might have it in reverse order, but they placed 1st and 6th out of all the students in all the schools in the Monterey Bay area, and they are going to the state competition to represent our school. I think that's fantastic. And Martin Murphy Middle School came in 4th in the competition. Britain came in 5th. And another one of our local private schools, Oakwood, came in 6th. I just want to say super, super job. Thank you.
I'll keep my report quick. February 18th, participated in the City Council meeting in regards to property development at Peak Road. February 19th, attended the State of the City address by the Mayor. February 20th, participated in the City School Liaison meeting. No need to be redundant there. February 23rd, attended the Sobrato Award ceremony. February 24th, toured Barrett School with Dr. Martinez-Palmer and Principal Callahan. It was an excellent several hours. It was really great. February 25th, participated in the I am a member now of the County Committee on School District Organization, and that involved hearings with school borders and school boundaries changing. So that's an interesting role, and it's a fairly important one. February 25th, I attended the Santa Clara County School Boards Association meeting in San Jose, of which I am the Vice President, and we had a panel discussion on technology, Common Core, and the Smarter Balance Assessment test process. February 26th, towards Sobrato, again with Dr. Martinez-Palmer, and again another very enlightening 2 hours. On the 28th, I attended a special meeting of the Executive Board of the Santa Clara County School Boards Association on a Saturday afternoon to hire a new executive director to replace Rose City, who will be resigning. On March 2nd, I did participate in Read Across America at Jackson Academy. It was a great experience. Did attend the Live Oak Award ceremony on March 5th, as well as the Sobrato Award ceremony on the 23rd, if I didn't mention that. March 6th, I did sit through the school district's budget committee hearing. Got calluses on my backside for that one. And lastly, I too attended the legislative brunch this past Saturday, and actually I chaired that event for the last 3 years. That's my report for tonight. Thank you very much. Next on the calendar, on the agenda is item E6, calendar of upcoming events, and I'll ask our secretary to read that if she would, please, since we did not have a chance to get printed copies out.
Thank you. On Wednesday, March 11th at 6 p.m., we'll have a PAC meeting, which is a parent community meeting at El Toro School in the multipurpose room. Same day, March 11th at 6 p.m., Sobrato High School will hold their registration night. Same day, March 11th at 6 p.m., Live Oak will also hold their registration night. We have agenda prep March 16th, Monday at 4 p.m. That's with President Benevento and Trustee Rubus. Wednesday, March 18th, 5 p.m., there's a Personnel Commission meeting here in the district office. Friday, March 20th is the 2015 Asset Champions Award Breakfast. It will be held at the Santa Clara Convention Center. And on Tuesday, March 24th is our next board meeting here at the district office at 6 p.m.
In addition to